Once we jumped off the boat and into the jungle, we cranked up the volume and marched to our own drummer. Many nasty things could await me. Noise discipline had to be maintained. Sounds carried incredibly far in the jungle. Had it been heard by any bad boys? Suddenly my brain screamed, "Stop!" And my right leg froze in midair. My heart slammed in my throat. The next few seconds took forever. My hands were shaking, and my nervous system was in some kind of shock. Then, silence got blown apart. Noise discipline had to be maintained. We cranked up the volume and marched to our own drum. Into the jungle, into the jungle, into the jungle, into the jungle.
That's what it is. Don't you love me anymore? I love you so much. 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 I love you so much.
Welcome Bitcoin friends, it's Bitcoin Mamo. Just had a bit of a breakout on the Bitcoin price and just doing a live stream of some trades that I've got going on. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. So currently at pretty much 53,000 in the Bitcoin price. If we just go to maybe a 4-hour chart, we can see we're in this triangle pattern here. This is just on Bybit. A little bit messy with all the orders on there, but yeah, we're in this triangle pattern here and we broke out of it and we've had quite a decent pump. You can see the volume is coming in. There's still an hour and a half before this candle closes. I'd like to see a bit more volume just to confirm this breakout. You can see also the stochastic RSI here has cooled off. Pretty much came down to a 27 reading on the 4-hour, so there is room to go up. And yeah, I entered this trade pretty much at the beginning of the month actually. The current entry price is 42,000, so I entered it around 30, maybe 36,000, and I've been taking profits and adding to the trade over the month. So if I just zoom out a bit, it is quite messy. I'll go on the trading view chart in a sec. You can see my entries down here. I did initially get an entry down here around this 38, I think it was, and caught this breakout before Elon Musk bought Bitcoin, and we did have this pump. We've been trending upwards ever since then. We were in this channel, and now it looks like we broke above this channel. We came back to test it. and pretty much the bodies of the candles got support on the top of the channel, hence how you draw this line with different interpretations. And now that we've bounced, we've carried on this trend. Perhaps we'll go on the trading view chart. I do also have a trade here on XRP. It's just a really small trade. I cashed out quite a bit of it. It's only $14 trade. We got in at 38 cents. Way back here on this dip. I'm currently at 53. I was looking to add more. I was going to cash out the trade here at 47, add more at this golden pocket area. Just looking at the retracement from the bottom here to the top, and perhaps even at this 786 level, but we might not get down there. Bitcoin is taking off until we bring up the other coins with it. Perhaps we'll look at the trading view chart. So we can see we did have this 30% correction back in January. We picked out at 42, came down to 28. I think we've broken that previous all-time high. We've taken off and we've just been trending upwards since then. This does look to be increasing. And just using a few different indicators to do the trading. I like using this EMA ribbon here. This is on the 4-hour chart. You can see how it's acted as support. A little bit jumpy. You can see we broke it here when we had that 30% pullback. But since then, we've just been bouncing off the ribbon all the way up. Came a little bit deeper into the ribbon here. And this one just touched the top of the ribbon before going higher. So it's good signs that we are going to continue this uptrend. And if we just look at the daily chart, you can see that the daily ribbon is actually catching up with the price also. So when we did have this big 30% correction, we got support at the bottom of the ribbon, and we have carried on higher from there. You can see this has pretty much been supporting us all the way since 11,000. Came back and touched it a few times. That music might be a bit loud. So yeah, we got support on this daily ribbon, and if we were to have another pullback, I'd be looking for it to get support again on this daily ribbon. Let's just have a look at the RSI. The daily RSI is getting support on this 70 level here. We're bouncing around on it. We did have that pullback here, and we can stay up here for quite a long time, as you can see here. The stochastic RSI is quite high. But one interesting thing is, if we look at the weekly chart, we can see that the stochastic RSI completely cooled off on the weekly, coming down to a 22 level. So there is plenty of room to go up here. I think this move can carry on for several weeks, perhaps going into March, maybe the first week of March. Maybe we could even stay up here for quite a while also. You can see the last time we cooled off on the RSI was all the way back here at 11,000. So we had this big run up, and then we stayed in the oversold territory all the way from 13,000 to 40,000 basically, and then we've cooled off with that 30% pullback, and now we're going higher. So the RSI is still quite high. It's at 87 level. I do think that will come down eventually at some stage. And also the weekly EMA ribbon, the top of the ribbon is currently at 30,000. So if we were to have a major pullback, I think we would bounce off the top of this ribbon as the lowest point. Just look at some other charts. This is the Bitcoin futures chart on the 4-hour. You can see we're getting support on the 21 moving average here. Been bouncing off that all the way up. We did have this bigger triangle drawn here, showing the 30% pullback. And the measured move off this bigger triangle, we could take it from the top here actually, make this line longer. Let's see where that will take the price and put it at the breakout of the triangle. You can see we're getting quite close to that. That would be at 54,200. Also have this fib extension drawn here, just from this range, from the top to the bottom. We can see the extension, the 1.618, took us to 51,300. And we reached that target. And we also have these other extensions. If we go to the 2 extension, it's at 56,000. But a turnaround point might be more likely at these higher extensions, maybe 2.412 or 2.272. But we could really go as high as the 4 extension at 84,000. We have seen run-ups like that in previous occasions, but this is just something to keep an eye on for resistance levels. And the futures do close at the end of today, I believe. Maybe one more day, depends what country you're in. Have a look at some other charts. So this is the weekly chart here again. You can see we've just taken off after we bottomed out here. The billionaires have stepped in with Elon Musk and Michael Saylor talking to all the billionaires in that big meeting and CEOs and trying to get them into Bitcoin. But looking at the big picture, perhaps I'll put this on the log chart. You can see during the previous bull run, we would come back and bounce off this 21 weekly moving average, exponential moving average several times. And also off this yellow line I've got drawn here on the RSI at 53. And we can see we did that here back at 10,000. We did come back, bounce off the 21 exponential moving average, and since then we've taken off and we haven't really corrected back to this line still. I do think that is going to happen at some stage. That line currently is at 29,200, but it is moving up quite quickly now. It's moving up about 2,500 every week, and we are near the closing of the end of the week, so by next week it will probably be around 32,000. And then the following week around 34,000, 35. So I think we will have a pullback, come back and touch that line at some stage. And I do think this RSI will cool off and come back to this line. But I don't think it's coming soon because the stochastic RSI on the weekly has room to go. And the angle is quite steep at the moment, so it doesn't look like it is going to turn around yet. Sorry about that. We also have this BPVR indicator. Go back to the regular chart. And this is just showing the amount of volume traded at different price levels. So the bigger the line, the more volume. We can pretty much see, if we just look at this recent part, most volume was traded at 34,200. So perhaps that, if we did pull back, that would be a level that we might bounce from. And it might be better to look at it on the daily chart. You can see that level around 34.5 there. But there is support here. You can see there wasn't much in this zone. So if we were to break below here, perhaps we would have a big drop. I do see that quite often. When we have a big jump with a green candle, if we do get back to those levels, we will have a quick drop back down during that range because there isn't much volume traded there. And this level here would be around 40,400 as the first bounce point, with more strength as we went down, and the most at 34.5. You can see the 21 exponential moving average on the daily is at 44.8. You can see that's also an area that we like to bounce off. So let's just go back to the trade. I also have one on this other account, $200 trade. There's a similar buy-in, it's at 43,000 the buy-in. So just by taking profits and adding to the trade on the dips, being able to basically trade with no risk during February and not getting too greedy and not cashing out too early and just taking profits daily. Of course, keeping up with the high fees as well for people that are longing. And I found 10x leverage has been quite good during this bull market. Lessen fees and lessen risk also. We go back to the other account. You can see we're still at around that 53,000 level. And we do have another hour and 15 minutes before the 12-hour candle will close. We're just looking at the hourly. The hourly RSI is starting to get up there, and stochastic is quite high. But if we go to the 2-hour, let's make that full screen. You can see there's room to go up. The 2 hours getting close to the top range, and the 4 hours just started to turn upwards. So it's good when these follow each other. When the 1 hour's gone up, the 2 hours is halfway, the 4 hours just starting. You can see that they follow each other, and generally will keep on going up. And the 6 hour didn't cool off as much, it's already turned upwards. And quickly look at the 12-hour. So the RSI on 12-hour is just hanging in this top range. We do have room to go higher here on the stochastic. I am also using a crypto faces indicator. It's the market cipher. You can see we did have this dip down on the 2-hour, and then we've gone back up. On the 4-hour, was coming down, and now it's got that green dot, which indicates we're going back up. The green wave here is the money flow coming into Bitcoin. Red wave is money flow going out. Look at the 1 hour. So there's plenty of room to go up here. You can see this blue wave is just past the 0 line and just started growing. There's no divergences or anything at the moment. Let's go back into the trading view charts. One thing I was looking at, I'll just get rid of this, which it could be a bit worrying, is this is on the 3-week chart on the Brave New Coin Liquid Index, which has the most history for Bitcoin. It goes all the way back to 2011. And just looking at the RSI, I've just got this yellow line drawn here where we topped out several times. And we can see drawing these corresponding lines, it corresponded with peaks during bull runs. We did peak out here and then had quite a big correction. The next peak here led to a decent correction. This is on a logarithmic chart, so it might not look a big correction, but this was from 160 down to $60. So quite a big correction. Came back down, topped out again. You can see it just lines up very well with the peaks and the end of the 2017 bull run. Lined up quite well. So currently we are getting close to this line. You can see here we're at a 91 reading and this line is at 96. So the next tick on this chart would be not till the 8th of March. and then the 29th of March. So it could take a fair bit of time till we do touch this line. Perhaps we'll turn around before and then go higher and touch it. That's just something I'm monitoring. And if we do something similar to the bull run in 2013 here, where we ran up really quite quickly from around $9 to 150, perhaps we will have a decent pullback, like a 50%, 60% pullback, before doing the rest of the bull run up to these levels here and do a similar thing. As we can see, we did go up quite quickly. That's just something to keep an eye on. Let's just see what the other coins are doing. Ethereum's actually down. XRP is up a little bit. Binance Coin's actually up 32%. Chainlink's up 5%. So some coins taking off, and some coins just with small movements. Yeah, Bitcoin's up 2.4% at the moment. Let's just get back to the current price action. Get rid of this line here. So another way to look at this is this could be a bull flag here. So just taking it from the top, from the bottom of the run up, and then we have this triangle pattern. And if we were to take the measured move of that bull flag, it would take us approximately up to the 55,000 level. And I do have some sell orders up here just to take some profits at 55 and 56,000. Another way to measure this move is to measure this triangle length. This will just be approximate, and that would take us to 53.7. Let's just go on the smaller time frames. We just have to wait a bit longer to see what sort of pattern plays out here. If we make a bull flag perhaps on this breakout, perhaps we go down a little bit before going higher again. On the 5-minute chart. Can't get too much from that at the moment. Let's go 15 minutes. We have to wait for this to play out a bit to know the direction. I don't feel as if we're going to come all the way back down. I think there was decent volume in this pump. We can see here on the 15-minute this spike in the volume, and even in the 30-minute. Quite a decent spike. Go to the 1 hour. Again, yeah, decent volume here on the breakout. Pretty much higher than all the previous volume while we were in this triangle pattern. So that's a good sign that it's a valid breakout. But obviously we have some people taking profits. and probably go sideways for a bit here, and then I think we will have another leg up. If we were to guess at what point we might come down to if we weren't in the trade yet, I would use the fib retracement tool from the bottom of this breakout to the top, and perhaps we would come back to this 38.2 level at 52,172. I do think we would get a bounce here. I don't think we're going to come all the way back down to these areas or to this golden pocket. I might leave that on the chart. A bit hard to see.
ocean. Everybody knows, well, alright. And if you want it to go bust up the nation, and I'll be on international station. Yeah. Well, all day, yeah. Well, this I want it name flip. Take a look every party and roll and write it. This I want section of soap and no jam and spirit. No, this one and no joke, I want serious something. Tell her where the tune is name again flip. You're a bad man, no take it up and be ready. This your action pocket and the girl them thing. What are the one of them in and the place bubbling? Some of them just like them want go a shit. Some of them in them sit suit like them want sweet. Some of them in them friendly and them brother and a bling. They now vote for you is an ordinary thing. Some work because them said that the camera rolling. That is when the real song got the cuddling, the muggling, the posing, the dancing, the whining. Everyone and them have been said them are the happy thing. That's why Rasta John me have to touch them in the saga. The all of me woman them hot like lava. Yo, when you hear them your style, they just know them can't spoil. Everything is in a order. Cause this your one is at the real saga. The all of me woman them hot like lava. Yo, when you hear them your style, they just know them can't spoil. Everything is in a order. Cause this your one is at the real saga. The all of me woman them hot like lava. Yo, when you hear them your style, they just know them can't spoil. Everything is in a order. Cause this your one is at the real saga. Both of the nation, saga. Play on international station. Both up the nation, right across the ocean. Well, this I want it name flip. Take down every party and roll and write it. This I want section of soap and no drama series. No, this one and no joke, I want serious something. Tell her where the tune is name again